Hello everyone, this is BJose32 back here, and it's time for top 10s. Today's top 10s, this week's top 10s is the Carnival decks from Big Blind Media. I decided to just do Carnival decks because that's their main deck. The only other decks they've done is the Z-Ray deck and the Discovery deck, both of which are not Carnival branded, so I will not be including them in this. But anyways, let's get started. Number 10 on this list is one that is probably number 10 on everyone's list. If it isn't, you need to check your list again. But anyways, number 10 is that. I say that because I don't know what it is. It's got no name. Technically, it's a Carnival dose, but it doesn't say bicycle on it. It doesn't say Carnival. It doesn't say dose. It's just terrible, as you can see. It says Made in USA on one side, and it says Carnival Inc. on the other side. It says something underneath the seal, but you can't see it because they decided to put a seal on it. And then the back is exactly the same as the front, in case you missed it. And the bottom, wow, there is a reveal and a barcode, and it doesn't say Carnival dose on it anywhere. Nothing on the flaps. It's very plain, as you can see. You do get a reveal. You get a double backer for some bizarre reason. Your back design is extremely one-way, no doubt about it, which is terrible, especially considering it's coming from a company that is a magic company, and you'd think they'd want to produce a deck that's good for magic. Overall, I mean, it's not a bad deck. It handles good and everything, but the back design just kills it, and the box, the no-name box, also kills it. The cards themselves I actually like, but the Carnival dose, if you even want to call it that, because it doesn't actually tell you that on the box, that back design and that, basically it looks like a half-assed back box design. It looks like it's incomplete, and it's number 10. Number 9 on the list is apparently the Carnival Hornets. Why not? I mean, it is basically a cheap knockoff of a B deck. Carnival Hornets on the front says casino quality playing cards. Skull back. And what it is it's kind of like a B deck, except it's all skull and crossbones. Except it's so small you can't even see them. So I don't know what the point was. And of course, I like that little reveal. It's borderless, full bleed borderless. And to make matters worse, they were not cut very good. On one side you can see a bit of a red border, if you look carefully. Actually, these ones aren't too bad, but you can see a bit of a border on here. And the other side, it's not the same. So it's almost a one-way back, accidentally. Because you can see right here, you can see quite a bit of pink on this side. You're not going to see that on the other side, so it's almost an accidental one-way back. But anyways, they also don't handle the greatest, and considering they're trying to be a B knockoff, it's not even a casino. It's not even a B casino stock or a B stock. It's just a standard bicycle stock. I like the jokers. I like the ace of spades. Everything else is standard, and nowhere near as good as a B. If you're not going to be as good as a B deck, don't knock it off or rip it off. Number 8. The hits just keep on coming, I guess you could say. Number 8 is Death Heads. Carnival Death Heads. This is the Armor Edition, and it is a plastic deck. The back design, not a whole lot to it. Skull and crossbones, not extremely original. Like I said, it's a plastic deck from Fournier. Again, fairly standard. And oh wait, his hair is in there. The Joker is basically just their standard Fournier their Joker with a skull and some blood. Not a whole lot of creativity there. And the Ace of Spades, again, not a whole lot going on there. Everything else is standard. On top of that, they made a plastic deck. When magicians don't really like plastic decks, most people that bought these bought them just for the sake of having the Carnival death heads in their collection. They dribble pretty nice, but they don't handle as good as paper decks, despite the fact that they said these would handle really well. They're durable, but they don't handle so good. On top of that, they came out with a second version, the Carnage Edition, the Armor Edition, the Carnage Edition, and I was a little bit excited because I saw, oh, it's a red box, it's got a different color for the back design, and then I opened it up and lo and behold, it's the exact same freaking thing, as you can see. Exactly the same thing. Could you get any more lazier? I mean, would it be that difficult to make these red, like the box sort of implies? Why make a red box when it's not red? Again, everything is also 100% standard. Well, 99% standard, save for they copied the Jokers from the other deck because they were too lazy to change them. And then the Ace of Spades, I actually like. It's the only thing I like about the deck. That and they handle decently. They handle pretty good. And actually, I think these ones were meant to be number 9 and this was meant to be number 8, but they're just about the same. Alright, next on the list, number 7 is the Carnival Ryujin. However you pronounce that, Ryujin. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Why create a deck that has a name that nobody can pronounce unless you're in Asia? Ryujin. Overall, I like the concept, I like the idea. The back design isn't overly bad. It's different than what they usually did because it's not skulls. However, for some reason they handle like absolute crap. I mean, I like the back design, I like the overall theme of the deck. And the gold colors they used on the court cards and everything. It's fairly standard, but, at least they changed the colors a little bit. But, again, they just don't handle very good. I don't know if it's because there was a early Kentucky deck or what. I don't know what they did, but it's just not great. That's why it's number 7. I believe number 6. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Number 6 will be multiples. The Carnival, the new gold Carnival, which is the same thing basically, and then midnight because, well, quite frankly, it's basically the same thing, just a different color. They're not overly bad, these decks. I don't have too many complaints. They are basically standard decks, however, and lots of skulls outside of that. And the Ace of Spades, it's just a skeleton inside of a spade pip. And I was never a huge fan of that. The back design, more skeletons and skulls. Not bad, but you have to really like that sort of stuff to like this deck, I guess. And these other ones are basically the same thing. And more importantly, another reason why it's here is because a gold version of a deck with skulls doesn't really seem like it fits the theme. But anyways, that is that. And another thing is that this deck is called the Midnight, Carnival Midnight. And when I saw this, I thought it's a black deck. Wrong. It's white. So why call it the Midnight? I mean, I understand it's black, but I personally, and I think a lot of other people personally, were hoping for a black face deck, and that's something that I don't think Big Blind Media has done yet. But perhaps, if you're listening, Big Blind Media, do the Midnight deck in black. It'll be cool. Make it actual midnight. But anyways, that is number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 5 is Assassins and Renegades. I'm doing them all at once because, again, it's basically the same thing, just different colors and slightly different back design, very slightly, just a different weapon, slightly different, and slightly different ace of spades. That's what it looks like. I'm not even going to look at the cards. There you have it. And these are the newest colors. Actually, these are the originals, red and blue, and now they decided to come up with green and purple, which again is a lack of creativity in my opinion. You've released a zillion decks that have skulls and skeletons on them, and you've released so many that you run out of ideas. So your next best idea is, let's make them in new colors. Purple and green and gold. What's next? Pink? Yay. Anyways, I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. But anyways, that is number 5, I believe. Number 4 is the Deadeyes. This one is actually a really nice deck. I like it. It would have been higher on the list, for sure. However, I just found that it doesn't handle as good as I would have liked. It's clumping quite a bit after some use. It's never regained. It's never gone back to what it used to handle like originally. As you can see, it's a nice looking deck. I like the faces. I mixed up the ad cards apparently. I like the faces and everything, the artwork, and the back design, but it clumps. It's, from a handling perspective, from a design perspective, it looks really nice, and probably a little bit nicer than a couple of the other ones that are coming up. But from handling perspective, not so good. Number 3 on the list is gone. Number 3 on the list is Carnival Earth Tone 9. This one is an interesting deck. It's got a earth, literally earth type and root. Looks like earth and roots. It's an earth type theme to it. It's almost a brown color, but it's not. You got kind of brown, grassy like pips. All the aces are custom, as you can see. They basically customized the whole thing, even though it's still fairly standard. Jokers, don't know what that is. But the aces look pretty cool. And the jokers look kind of cool, I just don't know what the hell it is. and the back design, more of the same thing as on the jokers. It was done basically because one of the members from Big Blind Media is in a band called Earth Tone 9, so they created their own deck. Cool, I like it. I don't got any major complaints. It handles pretty good, and it looks pretty good. I don't really understand it too much, but it looks pretty good. Number 2 on the list, coming right up, is one that might surprise you just a little bit. Carnival Dose Redux. Why not? Look at that. They took a deck that was utter crap, basically, that we don't even know what it is, and they listened to the people, and they fixed it. They smacked the bicycle on there, they put Carnival Dose Redux Edition on there, they signed it up, pretty nice. Completing the circle of awesome, it says. And on top of that, they fixed the back design, and there's even a custom seal on there, limited edition foil case. Actually, I think all the Carnival Dose decks just have a foil case. I don't know. If not, kind of cool. Overall, they handle pretty nice. I really like the back design compared to the other one. Two-way back design, almost rider back style. They handle very well, as you can see. And the artwork is pretty nice, a little bit odd. It looks like it's from medical books, but it's pretty cool. It's different. I like the Jokers. I like the stack. And I think I fudged somewhere on my list. So number 10 was the Carnival Dose. Number 9, I guess the Hornets. 8, the Death Heads. Then the Ryuzen was number 7. Number 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay. Number 6. Okay, we're good. We're good. I was a little bit lost. Next on the list is the Carnival Inferno. Again, a pretty cool deck. If you like, especially if you like that kind of stuff. I apologize that it's interrupted, but anyways, number 2 on the list is one of the newest releases, the Carnival Elite. I will say this much, this one probably would have been number 1. However, the handling, again, is a bit of a sticky situation. It's not as good as it could be after a little bit of use. And that hurts it a little bit. In case you're wondering, that is a red card that comes in there. Kind of cool. Outside of that, the Ace of Spades the aces are not bad. The Ace of Spades seems a little bit incomplete, but that's only because all the aces are custom. The Jokers are kind of neat. And everything else is pretty good. They got kind of the same pips and coloring as the Earth Tone deck. But outside of that, it's not bad. And actually, I was saying earlier that they should create a black deck. Well, I guess they did. I forgot about this one. I do like the back design very much. Nicely detailed and everything, but it just does not handle as good as it should. And finally, number 1, I might have plastered already, the Carnival Inferno. I was about to say number 2, but I'm going to go with number 1. It's got tons of nice details. The only reason why I wasn't going to put it number 1 is because it's kind of a dark theme, but it is well done. Lots of nice details. The faces are pretty cool. The kind of flames in them. Everything is completely custom. Court cards are pretty cool. The aces are a little bit dark, but kind of cool. And the Jokers are kind of cool as well. It's just really nice. I like the colors. It's also like their first non-white deck. And it handles pretty damn good for the most part. I may have not given it as much handling. I don't know if that was part of the reason is that it didn't handle it so much, but it's still handling good nonetheless. And also the back design, pretty cool. You might not like this deck so much. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but it's still probably the best thing they've done. The best artwork and details and handles very nicely. That is my Carnival top 10s, and I will see you next time. Oh, I should probably mention there probably won't be any top 10s for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be doing deck reviews all week next week, card classes all week, the week after that, and then I'm going to be doing top 10s a week after that, all week. I think. That's the plan anyways. And also, Magic 1 week. But anyways, that's what I've got. I'll see you next time. Sorry if it's a little bit long, this video, but anyways,